I am very passionate about this topic. This one is something that comes up a lot with my clients and just in conversations with people. Quickly, I'll just say, hey, if you don't know me, I'm Kim Nishida. I help spiritual entrepreneurs. So this could be healers, Reiki, energy masters, animal communicators, anyone who puts a spiritual twist on your business, right? If that's you, I help you, believe it or not, fall in love with marketing so that you can attract more clients and help more people, because I know that's what you're here to do. And I am so excited for you. So the topic today is, one of the things I'd love to do the most for my clients is help flip the switch on the story you believe about yourself, about your business, about marketing. So again, you can fall in love with marketing. When you fall in love with marketing, your marketing is irresistible to the people who you're calling in. And this topic, this one is a huge one. The topic today is talking about urgency and adding urgency to marketing. And most of the business owners I talk about kind of cringe about that topic. They don't want to put urgency in there. They feel like that's going to make them sound pushy or needy or aggressive or salesy, all these things, right? And when you feel like, I've written copy for a lot of people, a lot of high profile business owners for their emails, their websites, things like that. And a lot of times they will, and I'm not, just so you know, I don't condone super salesy. I don't condone dishonest marketing, saying like, there's only 5 seats left when there's 500 seats left, anything like that. I'm not a fan of. I would never suggest to do that. I'm always about what feels aligned and what's in your integrity. So let's put that out there. But at the same time, I do believe that putting a sense of urgency into emails. So in marketing, people will talk about calls to action. You got to put a call to action in your social media posts, in your videos, in your webinar, in your emails. And I shift the title of that to invitations. Make invitations to people, to things that you know will help them. Okay, so invitations, putting a sense of urgency in there is when it's in alignment and integrity. If you feel like, oh God, I don't know, and this is what happens with my clients when I put it in the copy, a lot of times they don't want to do it. They want to change it. They want to take it out. And anytime they're feeling that way, if you're feeling that way, that a sense of urgency is going to turn somebody off, potential clients off, it's going to annoy them or bother them, then I guarantee you're putting all of the focus on you. Like in this mindset, what is the story you believe? The story often is, I believe I'm going to be pushy. I believe I'm going to be perceived as annoying, salesy, slimy. And so you don't want to feel that way. You don't want to have other people feel that way. But again, the focus is all on you and not on the potential client. The person that you know without a doubt in your mind that you can help them shift and transform their life. So if you believe that, if you believe the work that you do can absolutely help people, then the focus needs to be on those people, that group of people you're calling in, your ideal client. You're talking to her or him, whoever that person is. Hopefully you're getting very specific about who that is and you have somebody specific in your mind. And when we talk about sense of urgency, here's what I want to help you shift or just put out there for you to try on for size to see if it fits for you. Instead of thinking about this sense of urgency, getting them to sign up for your program or pay you money or take any kind of action, your invitation and putting urgency in there is really about taking a stand. Taking a stand, not for yourself, not for your business, but taking a stand for the transformation that your potential client, customer, member can receive once they're in your world, in your program, one of your customers, working with you one-on-one, whatever it happens to be, buying your product. You're taking a stand for her transformation. Just sit with that, try that on and see how that feels. Because if you're passionate about what you do, and I know you are, and you're passionate about how it's helping people, and I know you are, then getting into that mindset and thinking about like how this transformation is going to help that person is going to make it a lot easier. And I tell you, and think about, so it's not trying to push them to do something they're not ready to do. You're not about doing that. You can always soften any sense of urgency by saying, if this resonates with you, if you feel aligned for this, if you're feeling called to take action, then I urge you to do it because it's right for you. It's your time. And again, it's not about you. It's not about getting them to give you money. It's about them making that decision to say yes to their transformation, to say yes to the healing that they need, to say yes to the thing that they might not believe is possible for them. She may not be, it's not that she's not ready, but she might not believe that it's possible. She might never have had anybody take a stand for her in this way. Have somebody say, I believe in you, you can do this. Or she might not have that person in her life right now. And she might be making this decision all alone. So for you to take that stand for her and say, you know what, you can do this. I know you might have fears, you might have doubts. It might seem impossible, but I know you can do it. So that's one thing, getting her to make that decision that yes, this is possible for you, this change that you're yearning for, this reason that you're engaging with my website, reading my emails, listening to my podcast, my audio, watching my video is because something is calling to you. There's something that you're leaning into that you know is meant for you. Okay, so there's that decision part. That's number one. Number two is the transformation and the journey that she's on. And a lot of times, and if you can go back, and this is the thing I always encourage you to do, is look at your own journey. There are probably some turning points, some major turning points you've experienced in your life, in your journey, in your own personal transformation. What were those turning points? Were there points in time where you felt that you could change, right? And I know a lot of times, whatever work we happen to do is fueled by our own personal transformation in that area. So look at your own journey. Was there a point in time where you thought, had a nudge, or maybe you even had someone speaking to you about what's possible for you, the potential change and transformation, and you didn't move forward at that time? There was a reason why. You were afraid. You were holding yourself back. It wasn't that it wasn't the right time, or you weren't aligned for it, or you weren't resonant with it. You felt it, but you were afraid. And that is so super common. And that's when you want to wrap up your potential member, client, whoever you're speaking to in your copy or your videos, your audios. You want to wrap them up in this big, warm blanket of love, because you know what it's like to be afraid. Be afraid for change, be afraid to move forward, be afraid of failure, be afraid of rejection. If you know what that's like, then that's where you meet that person who's interacting with your marketing and say, look, I get it. I know you might be afraid. I've been there too. I was that person. I heard the call that, I just needed healing. I just couldn't take the pain anymore of what I was experiencing in my life. But I was afraid. I was afraid to try something. I was afraid to fail. Right? So that is something you can speak to and say, you know what? I get it. I know you're afraid, but I don't want you to continue to suffer any longer. I don't want you, because I know this beautiful transformation is here for you. I don't want you to have to wait for it. I don't want you to have to wait and find out another year has gone by and nothing has changed because you were afraid. I totally get it. I understand. And I'm here for you if the fear is something that's holding you back. And I'm holding out my hand and saying, it's okay. You can do this, even if you're afraid. And wouldn't you rather take that first step forward now rather than a year from now? That's the change that I've heard so many people say is the only regret they had at the end of the day was they wish they had done it sooner, right? So putting urgency in that frame of light is saying, I'm here for you. I know it's scary. I know you might have doubts, but I believe in you. You can do this. It's time for change. If you feel that's true, let's move forward here and put in the things that might be their safety net. If you have a guarantee, if you have like anything they can sample before they start working with you, anything like that, you can absolutely put those things in. You should take away any doubts they have or fear, or anything like that. Okay. But look, so just sit with that again. If you believe in the work that you do, the help, the program that you offer, the change that it can make for, again, your members, your clients, your customers, if you believe in that, then why wouldn't you want to give them, why wouldn't you want to urge them to sign up and buy the thing now? Because you know, distraction happens. If they don't do it now, they might never do it, or they might do it years from now, right? So that's where the urgency comes from. It's not from some fake sense of scarcity. It's not from some fake deadline. It's not from the need to, although I'm not opposed to money and I want you to be paid well and abundantly for the work that you do. And I know there's this energetic exchange when people give you money in exchange for the service. That is super important as well. That is something that changes the energy of their own transformation as well. You probably have experienced that in your own life, but it's not, urgency isn't about somebody, it's not about you. It's not about somebody outside of you. It's about the client's transformation. That's what I'm presenting you today. I mean, marketers will teach you all kinds of things about urgency and things that work. And you know what? They do work. There's lots of ways to put urgency in, like putting in bonuses and adding in lots of things to take the doubt away. You can definitely do that. There's tactics we can talk about that. Message me or put a comment below and let me know that's something you're interested in hearing about. We can definitely talk about that. But if you're feeling resistant to urgency, putting it in, ask yourself the question, am I focusing on me, or am I focusing on who I'm really here to serve? I think that is all the things I wanted to cover today. I know this is an important topic. It's controversial. I get it. I know some people don't like to talk about urgency and they just it shuts you down. But if you can help that person make that decision sooner rather than later for their sake, not yours, then I think that can make a world of difference for you. Okay, so that is it from me for now. I love you. I'm so happy you're in the world. I am happy you're doing the work you're doing. I want to get you a whole lot more clients, and falling in love with marketing, your own marketing, is the best way I know how to do that. So pop a comment below. I'll be checking them out later, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye for now. Be well.